Joe in here. Let me see if I can get him over here to the. Might have a black screen for just a second, everybody. Just hold on tight. Don't get all freaky on me. Say, oh my God, what happened? Hit the TV with something. All right, let's see here. Let me get this over in here. Boom. And then B-Dog just got hit that right there.
Got it.
Hey, man, how you doing this morning?
Hey,
all right, good morning.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Joe.
Your birthday was yesterday. It looked like you had a really good time.
Yeah, you don't look a day older.
Yeah.
I don't feel it either.
Well, Joe Leo, JBL Travel Group, our official travel company of Tiki Man Radio, because we only travel with people we trust. And, of course, we travel with Joe Leo and have. So I can't thank you enough for putting together another this will be our third Tiki Man Radio Escape to Paradise. We still got to work on next year a little bit. Prices, we got all that kind of stuff we got to work on, but we've yet to make that announcement. But how you doing this morning?
I'm great. I'm great. We had a great time last night. I do my one-man show over there at this restaurant, and I was shocked by all my friends that showed up. We had over 100 people showed up.
Wow,
Nice.
that's great.
Yeah, we had a great time.
Well, listen, I've seen you in action. It's like Frank Sinatra is here. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, but it's great. It's great. The weather's finally nice here in Jersey. Finally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're excited.
I'm looking forward to Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we are too. I listen. I don't know if you've picked up on this or not, but we've been remodeling the master bathroom, right? So I want to get as hell away from the bathroom as I can, and that way, I want to be able to walk into a bar and I'm like, hey, something's broke and needs to be fixed or whatever, So I'm looking forward to it. But I thought it'd be a great idea to have you come on and let's talk about. Especially this form that you said that we need to fill out 72 hours or 70 hours or whatever, because I called you the other day. I'm like, do I need to wait? You said yes, right?
Yep. So they said, yeah. They what happens is if it's before the 72 hours, they usually kick you off. But a few people already texted me and said, oh, we did it. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
So I've never had that experience. I said, as long as you got that QR code and print that out, you're fine.
Okay. So, all right, cool. All right. So that was one thing.
If you try it and you get through, great. But normally they tell you 48 to 72 hours. So
right. Well, we'll make sure to get that because you put that in the email.
Right.
But, I wasn't sure. I was trying to get on it the other day because there was a couple of questions there, what port and all that. And then you told me you got to make sure you don't choose the one with the
which says cruise.
Cruise.
Tawny port. That's what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's one for cruises and one for resorts, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So when you click on it, there should be a place to do that. And if it comes up port, just put Punta Cana. And that's it.
Okay.
Or PUJ, which is the airport, and that's it. It's really not for anything else, but for those countries to track who's coming in, and to get a tourism count. Because there's no other way for them to get a tourism count. Back in the days of the pause, which we don't call it COVID or pandemic anymore. In the travel industry, we now call it when we had the pause.
Oh, wow.
So,
we call it BC, before COVID.
That's good.
2019 BC.
Well, I want to say, Larice says that we already got our QR code, and that's been a week ago.
Okay. Good.
And every country is different, but that's really what it's for, and it's just to make sure that you registered. They're not going to kick you out if you don't do it. You're just going to have to do it when you get there. It'll just save you some time. Who's that guy down there with the yellow hat?
That's Flaz, boy.
He missed some.
You're missing something.
Yeah,
he's missing his whiskers.
My goatee. I had some dental work done, and I didn't want those guys having to pick through the hairs, and get in there. So until that last implant is done, then it'll all come back.
Well, there you go.
Well, It looks good on you. It looks good on you.
Yeah. Well, you got to be careful when you're traveling with Flaz, okay? Because, last time he took some bag that he normally carries all of his ammo in, like the dogs ain't going to figure out, they smell gunpowder, and of course they pull him off to the side, and I'm like, you know what? I don't know this guy. Okay, are you traveling with him? I'm like, no, I don't ever seen him before in my life.
Did you see the guy? There's a guy in jail in a country.
There's two of them.
Because he had
and Caicos.
leftover bullets in his bag.
Yeah.
First thing I thought of was Flaz. I'm like, that would happen to us. Flaz is like, there's one bullet in there, and he gets 25 years in Turks and Caicos.
Wow.
Yes,
man.
I know. I saw that.
Yeah,
those guys.
Got to be careful. And of course, Larice, you going into another country, she makes sure to get a bag or something
With
from
a
McDonald's.
cheeseburger in it.
Yeah, with a cheeseburger in it. So when she comes in another country, she can be all, So you got to watch them,
And didn't we have wasn't there a rolling bottle of tequila or something?
Yes. That was on the way back.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I thought. That's what I
We had a
thought.
peeing bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for you, Joe. You just can't take them anywhere.
Well, what we were doing, we're testing to see if the airport in Mexico was unlevel, and it is. It's off by about a half inch because the bottle just kept rolling. That's what happened. But anyway, so what other last-minute tips do you have for us?
Well, I always tell everybody a couple of things. First of all, do not forget your passport. Make sure you put that with that QR code. Keep that with you. Bring fives and bring singles because it's always good to use that for tipping the bartenders. You don't have to tip. Everybody says, "Oh, do I have to?" You don't have to. But if you want real damn good service, you tip. You'll see how good that service is.
That's right. Yeah.
I've already got that done. I've got that taken care of.
So did we. Yeah.
You know,
And
we've
what
been
we got?
We've been up to the
Joe,
bar and it. Huh?
Joe, we found out that they like $2 bills down there. They're kind of think they're magical or something. So we went to the bank and asked for every one they had. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they love to give you a $2 bill and tell you that to put it in your pocket because to them it's good luck.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Oh.
So I still have a $2 bill in my pocket that last time I was there, the guy gave me.
Oh, that's
wow.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
But so now the drink that you want to try while you're there is called a Mama Juana.
Mama Joanna.
Mama Juana.
What could possibly go wrong there?
The wanna part, I don't understand. Does it have some of that stuff you smoke in it or something?
No,
No.
No, because you're going to want another.
I see.
it's made, and if you talk to the bartenders, they'll explain it to you. But it's made with vermouth and rum and a whole bunch of other things, and it sits in a vat with mulch.
With mulch? What the hell?
And then it goes into a big dispenser, and you don't drink the mulch. It comes out. And a quick story: I was out there for a destination wedding the day before I was there. I was out for the count. I was burning up with a fever, blah blah blah. And my wife had her doctor call in antibiotics, and I'm down in Florida. And the next morning, I got up and I go, I'm going to this wedding.
Yeah, I'm going.
I said, we're going to the wedding.
Yeah.
So I felt a little better the next day. So I got to the bar. And I said to the guy, listen, this is what's been happening. I got to get better. So he goes, no problem.
No problem, man.
Gives me this drink, and I go, what is this? He goes, Mama Juana. After the second one,
Yeah.
I was fine.
You were feeling great. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a magical cure.
I can see that right now. He gets up on stage. All right, you bitches, get out there and dance. Come on, let's go. Yeah.
They have this-
You have to try it. It's
yeah,
excellent.
Joe, they have the same thing in Mexico, only it has a snake in it. Coiled up in the jug.
Oh, man. Woo.
Too much.
Lord.
It's too much.
And at the airport on your way home, they sell the bottles of the mulch. So and then it has the ingredients on the back of what to put, in the thing. And I bought one when I was there. I never made it yet.
No.
I bought one when I was there.
Oh, that's awesome.
The ambassador says she's getting drunk just listening about this
I know,
conversation.
right? Yeah.
She says so much for not drinking in the Dominican Republic.
There ain't gonna be none of that. Now we're talking about this is going to be new for us. As a matter of fact, I'll go upstairs. Maybe I can get the hippie chick to go upstairs right quick. Can you grab that polo shirt that I got? Is it still on the table up there?
I don't know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Look on the kitchen table up there. There should be a black polo shirt. But anyway, we're wanting to go play golf. All right, so this is going to be different for us. Any tips for us on that? Do we need shoes and all this other stuff, or what?
So, according to all the websites out there, they rent everything for you.
Okay.
So when we get to the hotel, you talk to the excursion desk because I believe, if I remember correctly, you got 2 9-hole games or 2 outings, green fees, all that stuff. So I would just talk to the excursion desk there, and they'll tell you. You don't need your clubs. I know they rent them. You're not going to travel out there with your clubs. You probably don't need your shoes either, but if you want to throw them in your bag, go ahead.
And your glove and a little, pick for the green and a couple other things like tees and balls. You want to take a few of those too.
Punta Cana is like the golf capital of the Caribbean. They have some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful courses there. I'm not a golfer. I have a lot of friends that are golfers that go there, but they've got some great courses, and they're real excited about having us there. I spoke to the group coordinator this week, and I think I sent you the email that we get there on Wednesday night. We did the cocktail party for Thursday night only because last year a few people missed it because flight delays, and some people aren't getting into like 3-4 o'clock. So I said to her, listen, let's not rush it. Let's do the cocktail party Thursday night. So they're doing it for us from 6:30 to 7:30. Did you see what bar we're at? The Parrot Bar.
I heard that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, when I read it, I was like, man, that sounds pretty cool.
And then on Friday night, they didn't in the contract. They didn't give us a group dinner, so I worked the concierge a little bit. I'm like, come on, how about a group dinner? So they gave us a group dinner on Friday night, and we had a choice of 2 restaurants. I picked the Rodeo Grill because I know last year the food was coming out with some seafood on it, and people had some seafood allergies.
Yeah.
So this is going to be strictly a Caesar salad, a beef tenderloin, baked potato, and then cheesecake for dessert. No seafood on the platter. I know everybody likes steak, so I left it for that. And that's 6:30 on Thursday night, and we'll hold it.
Very cool.
And this year, we made up T-shirts for everybody to wear, so we could do we could do a pool party. A photo shoot. Hey, babe.
Yeah.
Can you get the Tiki Man shirt off my dresser?
This is what we do. Hey, babe, get that shirt up. Yeah.
Anyway, so we took your logo and put it on the front and then ours on the back. I was going to mail them out to everybody, and then I said, I'll just throw them into my check-in because what if it doesn't get there on time? And so I'll bring.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, we'll take a look at that. And so other things, like when you're going to these places, here we go. Let's see what it looks like.
Is it coming around?
Hey, there we go.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah.
And then of course on the back, a cheap advertisement.
Well, I'm the same way. I'm really not going to be playing golf. I'm just going to bring a bag of golf balls that has the Tiki Man Radio logo on it and just shoot them out there so people pick them up.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
It's good that you put the logo on. That way, tax deduction.
There you go. You got to work all this stuff, But
foreign country tax deduction.
Yeah, that's a cool shirt, man.
Yes, I love it. I want one.
Well, you got to go with us sometimes. You got to go with us.
I'm trying.
We got to.
Yeah. The man doesn't have to go to work. I'm just saying.
He works for this company that makes him wear an ankle bracelet, and he can't go do anything, But unless he wants to go do it, but that's a whole other story.
And you and I used to be in the corporate world, so we know what that feels.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you work for the man, you got to do what he says, I guess.
Yeah. All right. So I was thinking stuff like sunscreen, things of that nature, stuff like that, right?
Yep. Make sure you bring sunscreen, bring a hat.
Yeah.
Bottle opener.
Especially if you look like me, because that sun is strong out there in the Dominican Republic.
Pull your microphone up a little bit. We can barely hear you there. There we go.
Bring a hat.
Yeah.
There we go. How's that better?
That's better.
Bring a hat. Bring a hat. Sunscreen, of course. Keep that head away from getting burnt.
Yep.
We don't want to see you spend the second day. We've seen people do that. Spend the second day in the room because they're red as lobsters.
Yeah.
So. But that's really about it. The important things are that QR code, your passport, your singles and fives. And don't forget, I made myself know. Don't forget to check in with the airline 24 hours before you leave.
Yeah.
It's an important thing to do. Now, some airlines require you to scan your passport in. If you can't do that, don't worry about it. Just finish the check-in process, and you'll scan your passport at the airport in the kiosk when you get there, and it'll do the same thing. But get everything else done. I don't know if they're going to ask you to upload that QR code. Some countries are now asking for that. Some airlines are now asking for that. So depending on where who you're flying with, sometimes they'll ask you to upload it.
You know, when we went to Jamaica, it was the same thing. You had to fill out a form, and the hippie chick didn't fill hers out. So as soon as we got into Jamaica, they immediately take you off to the side and make you fill that form out.
Yeah,
with a pencil.
That's what I tell everybody. I said, you want to waste time when you get there, or you want to get in the car and go to the resort and start drinking. You know, get it done ahead of time. Yeah. But I did have a lady who did not check in 24 hours before her flight. She didn't listen to what I told her, my explicit directions that I gave her. And when she got to the airport, they wouldn't let her board, and she missed the flight because she didn't check in. So, and then they call me. Did you check in? No. Well,
yeah. I'm sure this has happened to you over the years, but I'm sure somebody calls you because they were on a cruise and they missed their ability to get back on the cruise at some port or whatever, and they want you to fix it, right?
Yeah. So the travel minute that I did a few weeks ago was talking about that because of those 8 stupid people who decided to take this excursion that wasn't as affiliated. Now, the ship has excursions. People go, oh, they're a little expensive. Yes, I know that. But then I also give them 1 or 2 companies that are certified by the cruise lines, and those companies guarantee that you'll be back at the ship in time.
Right.
Well, if you take Joe's taxi service, and what happened was he wound up getting, hey, be quiet. He wound up getting a flat tire, from what I understand now, and that's why they missed the ship. And now they're blaming the cruise line, but it's not the cruise line fault.
That's right. Yeah.
It says be back on board 3:30. It's not a suggestion. They start bringing those. Once they bring those ramps in, and they start untying, you're done. You're not getting on the ship. So,
well, another cool thing that that I've learned by doing these events with you and traveling with you is that it is very easy to get sidetracked at the airport. So you will have we will have a group people that will take us to the resort like we normally do. And last year they had signs up, Tiki Man Radio, and that was really cool because first thing when you get through security, they start, hey, we're here to pick you up. We're here to you got to watch out. You got to be careful with stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Mexico's real bad for that.
Yeah.
Punta Cana's not as bad, but So just follow the instructions on your documents that I sent you, and if anybody's listening and they didn't get their documents for any reason, call me. I'll get them out to you today, tomorrow, so you have them. I have copies of everybody's on my computer, but it'll tell you when you get your bags, where you're going to go, who you're looking for. If he doesn't have a Tiki Man Radio sign, it even tells you in those instructions that the guy's going to be wearing a blue shirt with flowers on it or whatever, and the name of one name of the companies. Just go up to one of those guys and say, I'm here, my name is so-and-so, and they'll say, come with me, and they'll get you on a bus over there. So and you don't want to get sidetracked.
Yeah, and even these excursions at these resorts, I mean, you gotta be careful who you sign up with or whatever. They might put you on a damn sunset cruise where you'll lose your cookies or something. But they're always trying to. There's always somebody trying to sell you something.
Yep. Yeah, and then and I think when we were in Mexico, a few people were looking to do some things, and I said, talk to the guy in the desk, excursion desk. The person that's taking us to the that picks us up from the airport and brings us back, they are an excursion company. They're licensed with the government. Those are the only ones that we use. They have a ton of excursions, so you can talk to that guy, and they normally have a desk in the hotel.
Right.
And then you also want to remember when you're there. I usually tell people do it the first day or the second day. Go see them and just confirm your flight time going home, so they can tell you what time to be in the lobby the day you're leaving for your pickup, because somebody told me last year there was no pickup for them, and I said everybody had a pickup, so you probably didn't check in with them, and they didn't confirm you. So just confirm with them, and they'll tell you what time to be in the lobby. So.
Got you. You couldn't find the shirt?
No, honey, I couldn't find your shirt. But I have seen it. It was on the table. I hung it up in your closet. That's why I went.
This is,
and I
guess,
can't find it.
It reminds me of my dad. I guess that ghost got it.
Yeah. That ghost got it.
Either that or you packed it in your suitcase already and forgot about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe.
I've been, you may have picked up on this, but I've been doing a lot of what I call research with Reef Rum here lately. So it's possible, so.
I don't know where he put it.
Yeah. So what else you got for us?
That's really all I have, And as far as next year's concerned, we could kick it. We'll kick it around over a couple of drinks, but a few of the things that we talked about. Some of the flights are going to be very, very prohibitive.
Yeah.
In some of the destinations we discussed, so we're trying to keep it in that $3,000, $4,000 range that we've been in the last couple of years.
Sure.
And the hotel's not going to be a problem, but I don't want to see people not go because the flight's $900.
No,
right.
A person, and that's, I spoke to you about. I would love to get you guys to Aruba because you would absolutely love it. It's my favorite place in the whole world.
Yeah.
But the airfares are kind of nuts. I mean, this year we're going in October, and this year we got it for like $486. But when it first came out, it was $900. So you got to kind of watch it and track it.
Right.
And of course, there's no guarantee it's going to go down. But one of these days, I'd like to get you guys out there because you would absolutely love it out there. Absolutely love it.
I've never been. I want to go there.
Well, one of the things that I seen announced this past week was with the airlines being, if your flight gets canceled, they reimburse you instead of what they used to do and all this other stuff. How's that working out on your end?
Well, it's a big problem because if they cancel your flight within 24 hours, your travel agent is supposed to, if you booked everything through us as a package, we're supposed to reimburse you. Or we don't have those funds.
Right.
The airline has those funds.
Right.
So we have a group called ASTA, which is our professional organization that is lobbying in D.C. to fix that.
Yeah.
Because if you booked it direct with the airline, that's not a problem. They can transfer the money. But if we booked it together for you as a package, which we often do, when we don't have people coming from all over, it's easy to do that. We don't have those funds. So there's no way that I can,
Sure. Yeah.
Now I got to take it out of my pocket, wait for the airline to give it back to me. I'll be waiting forever. So they're working on that, but that's really good for the consumers because in the past you've had to fight to get your money back.
That's right.
And now they're telling you they have to do it automatically. So
well, I think if anything else, it's a deterrent, right? Where they're not just they're going to go out of their way to keep from canceling these flights or doing like they did with AmericanAirlineSucks.com a few years ago, where they sent us to Texas and they canceled their flight and all this other stuff. That's inconvenience, and I should be reimbursed for something like that, And
absolutely.
you can't just just because I'm flying with you don't mean you can just screw me every which way you can, And what's convenient for you, it's supposed to be about me. So I'm glad to see something's happening.
Yeah, and that's the other reason why I tell people to make sure they get travel insurance,
right.
And most people don't take it, and then they cry later. If your flight got canceled and you couldn't get out till the next morning, you can file a claim with your insurance company for what's the term I'm looking for? Trip interruption.
Right.
Yeah.
So and they give you up to $500 a day, as long as they have to wait for 24 hours per person. So you would get $1,000 by filing that. It's not going to happen on the spot,
right?
But your hotel room is waiting for you. You already paid for that, and your flight's not going till the next day. So we run into these things every day. Thank God, knock wood, I deal with very reputable people, very reputable tour companies, and we have not, knock wood, have had that problem. But it could happen. It could happen to anybody, and it's really more the airlines than anything else.
Well, one thing I've learned so much by working with you these few years about the travel industry, and it's a constant moving, changing thing. And you guys seem to be really up on whatever just happened, or this is changing, or that country's changing that, or whatever. I mean, I don't know how you do it, but you do a great job with it.
Thank you. Well, it's we have Zoom meetings every single morning with usually, sometimes it's just one, sometimes it's two or three, but it's like the cruise lines, and then it's the resort lines, and then it's the airlines. And, the airlines change this thing. I think I did a travel minute about it, this NDC fare, which are basically non-refundable fares. And we're fighting that also, in Washington, D.C., that's just not fair. But what they did is they cut the price on those, so people are like, oh, look, I can go for another $150 less than the regular fare. Yeah. But they're not reading the fine print where if they cancel it, too bad.
Yeah.
They're not responsible. They're not responsible to give you your money back. They're not responsible to get you on the flight. So I stay away from them when I book people's flights. I say, you're not, listen, I can get you NDC fare, but you're not taking that. Spend the extra $150 this way. At least we know you're going to go there, and they're not going to cancel that flight. So.
Right.
But it is. There's something happening every single day, and there's all kinds of rules and regulations. And I've had people come to me and say, or I have a trip booked now. The lady's coming here today at 1 o'clock. They want to bring me cash. I said, I can't take your cash. I said, it's against the law for me to take your cash.
Right.
And they were like, what are you talking about? I said, your credit card gets processed directly through the tour operator, and or directly through the airline. It does not get processed through me. And the reason for that is, what happens if I take your cash and I don't put it on your trip?
Yeah.
And then I disappear. Like that lady who took those 9 people's money and never went on the cruise.
Yeah.
So they did, to our association, said, no, you cannot pay for a trip through your travel agency's credit card. Right. So I can't take your cash, put it in my account, and then pay for it.
Yeah, I got you.
Now, if I gave you a gift certificate for $50, I can add 50 to your trip. That's not considered illegal, but I cannot take your cash, and that's to protect the consumers.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. You probably some people in New Jersey and New York, in the mob or whatever, deal only in cash. I get it. But
yeah,
for the rest of the people, why in the hell would you want to do it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
This guy wanted to bring me $5,000 in cash. I said,
I'm working here.
He's like, listen, I've been in the witness protection program for 5 years. I gotta go somewhere, man. I gotta go somewhere.
Our producer says, how would you know who is reputable? Well, I can tell you, Joe Leo.
That's right.
732-831-5200, and your problems are solved.
That's right.
So, you're right, and thank you. But the way you know a company is reputable, first of all, look at their Google reviews. Take a look at what people have said about them. 99% of the people that book with me, when they call me on the phone, say, "Hey, I saw your Google reviews; they're outstanding. I want an appointment with you." We work very hard to get those reviews, and many of you have given them to me because I always ask everybody, "Hey, please go on and give us a review." But also make sure they're certified. We have an association that certifies you. It's a very long class. It's a proctored exam that you have to take, and there are quite a few of us across the country that are certified travel agents. And make sure that they belong to the professional associations like ASTA and things. It's like if you're going to go to a financial planner, you're going to go to a guy that's a certified financial planner.
Sure.
You're not going to Joe Schmo down the block who says, "I know how to invest in stocks. Listen to me."
Yeah, yeah. My brother-in-law is very good at this. Go give him your money. Okay. Yeah.
But that's really about it, and people just don't. And there's a lot of scams out there. There's like multi-level marketing travel agencies, and they don't have what's called an IATA number. The IATA number is the key.
Yeah,
that's the International Airline and Transportation. If you're not a member of IATA, you're using somebody else's number, and if you're using somebody else's number, you're not really controlled by anything.
Right.
Now, when you first get into the business, you just can't become a travel agency and get an IATA number. So you have to work with somebody for at least a year or two to get the experience, to get the training, and have made at least $50,000 in commissions that you can prove.
Yeah.
Before you can even apply for your IATA number. So it's a little tough at the beginning. It's very hard to get into this business.
Yeah, I understand. Well, and it should be. I mean, if you're gonna, a lot of people just go on the internet and they see something, $400 in Mexico for 7 nights. You got to be careful with stuff like that, and that's why we only travel with somebody we trust.
That's right.
So here we go. Let me look at
You turned me off because I was chomping on
she's
nuts. I was eating my nuts.
What the hell is that? But I'm over here thinking there's something popping and cracking. And it's her eating nuts. So anyway.
Static.
Well, buddy, we appreciate everything you do for us. And yes, we will get together over some drinks down in Dominican Republic, talk about next year. And I put out a short video this week, and it's like if you're reading this, you've now cheated yourself out of a good time. Make sure you sign up for 2025. So, but we will see you Wednesday, right?
Wednesday. I'll see you on Wednesday.
Wow. I can't wait.
All right, man. Joe Leo, everybody, with JBL Travel Group, our official travel company of Tiki Man Radio. We'll see you down there, buddy.
You got it.
All right.